The West African Center for Water, Irrigation and Sustainable Agriculture, WACWISA, was established in 2019 by the University for Development Studies, UDS, as a semi-autonomous center of excellence to undertake cutting-edge research and training in irrigation, drainage, water resources management, sustainable agriculture, climate change, and food and nutrition security. WACWISA-UDS is leading the implementation of the Tress project with funding from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark. The academic and research implementing partners include Joseph Kizerbo University and Norbert Zongo University in Burkina Faso, Aarhus University in Denmark. Industry partners of the project include Ragusi in Burkina Faso, B4Trees and Tien Communication in Denmark, and Savannah Fruits Company, Organization for Indigenous Initiative and Sustainability, ORGIS, in Ghana.
So the Climate Change Resilience of Ecosystem Services Project, Tress, is implemented by 3 countries, Ghana, Burkina Faso, and Denmark. And the field work is taking place in Ghana and Burkina Faso. In Ghana, we have 3 locations in northern Ghana. That is the Kumbumu district, the Kasana Nankana municipality, and that of the Nandom municipality.
The Tress project is aimed at improving and diversifying local income potentials in Ghana and Burkina Faso through a selection of best varieties of native tree species, value-added products, and innovative marketing.
The focus is on highly nutritional, valued traditional multipurpose trees, which have the potential of improving rural livelihoods as well as that of the urban communities. The trees that we are focusing on are baobab, and baobab, as we know, has very high nutritional economic value, especially the leaves, the fruit pulp, the seed, oil, and that of its use in cosmetics. Also, we are working on bombax, and bombax we use it commonly as a vegetable, and the flowers and the calyx are used as a sauce, whilst it also has gum that is used as bush candy, and the seeds also have oils and they serve as snacks during most parts of the year. Marula is one of the trees we are also working on, and marula, as we noted earlier, can be used in the production of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. And the seeds are also used for oils which have high economic value in the international market. Lania mostly is used in the brewing of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and the seeds also have oil, and that is why we are focusing on it. The 5th tree species is jujube, which is drought resistant, and the fruits are always ready during the hunger period of the dry season, where they ripe and they are really available in the natural state. Locust bean, commonly called dawa, is used as a condiment in the preparation of soups across the country, especially northern part, and it's very well known for its rich protein content. And the fruit pulp is also used in the production of fruit juice.
I've done some initial studies or surveys in the rural communities and then the urban markets. So in the rural communities, we've realized that we have some products already in the system. So for example, you have baobab pulp being traded, you have the seed being used as condiments, and then you also have bombax that are used as food source. The other 3 tree species are not well developed. That's marula, lania, and then jujube. So at the community level, we find the women normally involved in little processing of the pulp into food and to other uses. And then also the dao is also used at the local level, preparing local maggi soya kebab and other products. So there are many aggregators that buy from these women at the community level, and these are processed in urban centers. We have some few companies that process the baobab seed into oil, and they have identified some markets, some external markets that they are exporting this, as well as some of the pulp from baobab. Also, we realized in our studies in the Nabrongo area that the baobab pulp is exported to Burkina Faso. So we found a lot of it being exported by road to Burkina Faso, and some of it are also used in food industry in urban centers. We have not been able to find other markets for the other three that are not well developed. Their markets are not well developed. So we are looking at studying these arrangements and see how these value chains function. So at the end of the day, how these will contribute to both rural and urban income, and to be able to find a business model around this.
The overall objective of the project is to increase food and income diversity and climate change resilience of agricultural systems in the West Africa sub-region. And the project Tress actually aims to focus on the full value chain, from the selection of best varieties of these tree species and carbon certification of the same tree species to development of value-added products, as well as the innovative marketing of these native tree species, which are not very well known in the international market. While some are known, some are relatively new.
Widow and Orphans Movement has been involved in the processing and marketing of some products from these known tree species among women groups.
We are at our factory at Kusuna Mongo, where we add value to baobab products. So currently we work with a little over 400 women in the Upper East region on the baobab value chain, and they get income from mobilizing the seed, but they equally get income from mobilizing the pod, which we are using to extract the powder or the pulp powder from.
One of our objectives is to find very best varieties for domestication and production and adaptation to climate change. And we also want to establish biological and social resilience through carbon certification by undertaking tree planting in the communities in which we are working. And we have to also find new potentials of products based on the chemical content and properties that we are doing through laboratory analysis to actually undertake value addition.
This objective has been associated with various engagements with community stakeholders in the 3 project districts, and also laboratory services by WACWISA-UDS and the other academic partners of the project.
We work with a number of stakeholders. The traditional authorities and opinion leaders are very important in this objective. They help us gain access to the community, and they give us valuable information on these trees, how they have been managed in the past in the communities, and what they seek to do going forward. With their involvement and their help, they also rally the community for researchers to be able to interact with them. And so they play varied roles in terms of gaining access to the community and also gaining access to lands that we need for tree planting. We also work closely with the women groups. Traditionally, it is the women who have been harvesting resources from these trees. We engage them on several levels. We interact with them in their harvesting practices, in their production practices, and we seek to learn from them how they normally carry out these activities. And through learning from them on these activities, we are able to add in our scientific knowledge or knowledge that we have gained from research and from prior experiences, and see how to improve the ways they harvest, the ways they produce.
The fourth objective is that at the end of the day, we want to empower rural women and youth in rural and urban centers through value-added products, especially the marketing and the transformation of these products into edible foods that can easily be used in our locality. The fifth objective, we want to look at to also diversify rural and urban income using innovative product marketing, because we don't want the rural community to be so much dependent on the traditional agricultural system alone, but also to look into these native tree species that they can invest.
WACWISA Ghana is undertaking various activities relating to this objective on the project among women groups in the Kasenam municipality of the Upper East region. Some of these activities include, but not limited to, community mobilization, promotion of planting of trees, and income generation activities relating to the trees promoted on the project.
The role of private sector in climate change resilience and management is to create business opportunity for the environmental trees that are available to support in the sustainability of managing the environmental system. Because the communities destroy the environment because of livelihood, we are playing the role of providing income opportunities using the products of the trees to provide income opportunities for the communities. And in doing so, the communities tend to value the environment and the trees, and they will manage these same trees sustainably.
The project is also to build capacity at the university level and to enhance collaboration among it. So in this project, we are training students at the PhD level and then also at the master's level. We have students in Burkina Faso, and we also have students in Ghana who would also be going to Denmark to our partner universities to build on their capacity and then to obtain PhD degrees.
The Tress project activities continue to showcase some key lessons and interventions by community members. This includes best practices associated with seedlings development and transplanting, where individuals and groups undertake tree planting.
You would learn from these communities and from the students that many of them did not think that this tree species could domesticate, but they learned that these trees are naturally found in the environment, and so through natural regeneration, these trees propagate itself.
Community members and various groups have identified interventions in addressing challenges of animal destruction of planted trees and bushfires. Where pupils and community members in the Tolon district have adopted fencing of trees, women groups in Kanania community in the Kasina-Nankana municipality have adopted the construction of fire belts to safeguard trees from bushfires.
At the end of the day, we are hoping that as part of the outcomes of our project, we should have information available on the tree species that I mentioned earlier. And we should have nurseries across these locations in northern Ghana that we are working with 3 districts. And then we should have undertaken tree planting, a total of 20,000 tree species. That is these native tree species that we are dealing with. And then out of that, we would have carbon certification for those communities, and then they can earn some carbon credits and some money through the tree planting. We also hope that at the end of the day, we should have some knowledge about the chemical composition of these tree species products, and also that should start the process of we adding value to whatever is contained in these products. Women and youth groups will also be empowered and motivated to improve upon their livelihoods based on whatever we have found out and we should be able to strengthen the existing and unearth new market linkages, especially between the rural markets, that of the urban areas, and then international markets, which would help the private sector to intervene and also be able to bring about improved livelihoods to the communities as a result of the economic growth that will be associated with the marketing of these products. Also, we are hoping that the communities, local, national, and all actors who are involved in the management of these three species would have been informed and to influence policy at the end of the day, so that there will be much more investment to make sure that there is some level of resilience from these local or rural communities, especially relating to their adaptation. We are also hoping that at the end of the project we should have trained 12 PhD students and at least 17 master's students who will be disseminating our resource widely on whatever we have done, and then we are hoping that this will influence policy and also create sustainability systems, especially influencing the climate change and making communities and individuals more resilient to the climate change that we are experiencing.
WACWISA-UDS is a semi-autonomous center of excellence and harnessing resources in building capacities for sustainable solutions in its thematic fields. Will continue to work with donors and partners in addressing issues of climate change, sustainable livelihood diversification, and value chain opportunities in Ghana and the sub-region.